You can have grief without trauma, but you cannot have trauma without grief. So let's look at this more closely. I'm T, and I help people find purpose in their pain, meaning in life after loss, and ultimately how to grieve with more love than pain. If you or someone you love is grieving, hit that follow button. This space is for you. Grief is a natural emotional response to loss. It affects the heart, the psyche, and sometimes even the body, but it doesn't always disrupt our sense of reality. So now imagine someone who lived to be 102 years old. They died peacefully, surrounded by family and love. The grief is real, the tears are real, but their death fits into our understanding of the world. There's sadness, but not a rupture. No fracture in the mind's sense of safety. Now contrast that with a traumatic loss, one that comes suddenly, violently, without any emotional preparation. An accident, death by suicide, medical negligence, a pandemic death in isolation, something that shatters what we thought was safe or predictable. When that happens, the brain doesn't just register loss, it registers danger. So let me explain with a metaphor that I often use. If you fall and hit your head, that's the wound. The trauma is what follows, the brain swelling, the concussion, the fog, the disorientation. It's the same with traumatic loss. When the nervous system experiences a traumatic event, it engages survival responses, fight, flight, freeze. These aren't chosen behaviors, they're hardwired instincts. The amygdala, the brain's alarm system, goes into overdrive. The hippocampus, which helps us make sense of time and memory, can go offline. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought, decision-making, and language, becomes impaired. In other words, traumatic grief is not just emotional, it's neurological. The brain is quite literally rewired by the shock. This is why some people say, it feels like it just happened yesterday, even years later. It's because the brain never got to process the event as past. Grief asks for support, but traumatic grief demands something more, something gentler, more precious and precise, and deeply informed. If we don't acknowledge the trauma, we risk misunderstanding or misjudging a very normal response. We help the brain understand what happened, that it happened in the past, but it's not happening anymore. You are no longer in the trauma moment.